the arsehole.
Yeah, probably.
Always. For making my friend cry over their computer mouse. I haven't actually read this one, I just saved it because I like the title.
I barely read any of mine.
So, I, 19 male, already knows an arsehole.
In it.
We're in a call with a few of my friends. We were all catching a Pokemon, whatever that is, stream, and a choice I had made earlier got the computer mouse owner, 18 females, favourite Pokemon killed. So, they were already kind of mad at me. Later, yeah, don't. I like Pokemon. I didn't know it was about Pokemon.
Right,
Anyway,
go on.
later on, she talked about how her mouse she'd owned for 6 years had started growing fungus on the inside and was a little bit poking out from the little line on the end of the mouse wheel.
Yeah, I'm visualising.
Okay. We see it?
Yeah.
I asked how long they'd known it was there, and they said about 2 years. They said it happened through their skin cells getting into it, as well as sweat and stuff like that.
Oh my God.
Not sure that's how it would happen, but that's what they said. It's a bit gross.
It's disgusting.
I then relentlessly started to make fun of them, and with most of the call joining and loudly laughing at them. So they're obviously on a phone call.
They're taking the piss.
In my defence, I thought they were joking too, because I didn't know that was possible. I told them to get a new mouse or kill it because they'd already been complaining about issues with the mouse. They have a lot of attachment issues, and they think it is a companion because it has been there so long. This is like reading somebody else's writing, I know. For insurance, they've known the fungus longer than me.
Okay, so to me it sounds like they've got some sort of disorder.
It
like
doesn't
holding
sound-
disorder.
Yeah, over a mouse. And I'm
Okay.
assuming this is a computer mouse, not a real mouse.
Yeah, no, it's a computer mouse.
The jokes kept escalating, and eventually I heard them crying over the mic, and then they left the call. I haven't heard from them since, and I'm worried I went too far. Edit. I listened to all the comments. I was gonna apologise anyway, but I have now, and we're all good. I can't really convince them to get rid of the fungus, but I think that for them to decide now. But I think that's for them to decide now.
Yeah.
We do a lot of clowning in our friend group. It does go a little far, so we'll definitely talk about it properly. I accept the rating. So far I was already feeling bad about it.
Okay, so to me it sounds like the person with the mouse, the computer mouse, I'm assuming it's a gaming mouse,
I'm going with that too.
yeah, has like a hoarding issue, like a severe attachment disorder. It'd be interesting to see what their place looked like.
No, it would not.
Right. I don't think they're the arsehole, because that's the kind of humour that I like, where we take the piss out of each other. I mean, we're brutal.
Listen, if you had a computer mouse that was actually starting to come alive,
Yeah.
there would be an issue here.
I mean, he could get the person a computer mouse because they are not that expensive. So my son, he is a gamer, and they range from about £10 and upwards. Obviously, the more expensive ones are better.
Her one's alive.
Yeah, it's alive with fungus. But what I'm saying is, if that person maybe sent her a new computer mouse, then they might then build a new attachment to that and be able to move away from the computer mouse. I mean, are these people's real problems? Are we really
This is
discussing?
21st century
Okay,
problems.
these are, yeah, people are dying, but okay. So, but this is what I'm saying, like,
And mice are living.
for me, if that was my mate, I'm not sure I'd take the piss if we were all on a phone call and messing about. But if I'm honest, I would say if it was you, I'd say, babe, it's disgusting. You've got to throw it away. It's not good for your health. Any sort
Absolutely
of fungus. I'll get you a new one. But not everybody's like that, and some people will take it seriously. To me, it feels like there's more going on with this person with the infested mouse
Then-
than
Yeah.
that's what it feels like. What was the top comment?
Well, he's been deemed an arsehole. I'm not sure if he is.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's an arsehole to the extent where, oh my god, die. Like, it's just, don't take the piss. There's more to it. But I'm not sure if he's the arsehole in my opinion either.
So, what, his thing, his OP?
Yeah. No. Yeah. So his what was the biggest comment? So that would be the first comment. We're still learning as well, guys, on what all of this stuff means. And
But when we said middle-aged, that's real.
yeah, that's where
This
we
is
are.
new.
We're 80s, and sometimes we have to Google what are they called? Like
YTA?
YTA.
Actually, what is that?
YTA. No idea. I mean, we have there's times we have to look on like the Urban Dictionary
Well, the
and
top
stuff
one.
like that. Yeah, top comment.
YTA.
Yeah, YTA.
You were right in calling out the fungus in the mouse,
Right.
and they probably should gotten rid of it. Oh God, I'm not going to enjoy reading some of these.
Yeah, go on.
Just because of the grammar. But
Oh, you're the arsehole.
it says, oh,
Yeah.
That's
We didn't know. We didn't, but we know now.
you're the arsehole. You were right with calling it out, but you, along with multiple other people making fun of them, were aware of the issues they have and yet continually decided to make fun of their attachment towards the mouse. Just discussing this and apologising could absolve this entirety depending on how you handle it. But as of right now, you're the arsehole.
Listen, probably for continuously goading, but ultimately not the arsehole.
Yeah,
Just
but-
having a bit of banter. I think it depends where they're from as
It's
well.
because they're 19, aren't they? At the end of the day.
So dramatic.
Like if you're in your 40s and someone was literally taking the piss out of you having for a mouldy mouse,
Yeah.
oh, I mean, you're up for it really, aren't you?
You're up for it. Like, there is
You
no helping
exposed
you.
that.
Yeah.
And now,
I mean, I probably wouldn't say, I'd say my mouse is on the way out, I ain't got no money to replace it. I wouldn't be like, there's mould growing in between. Like, I wouldn't. So, in my opinion,
yeah, I just don't think I'd disclose that part either.
I probably wouldn't disclose that. So, in my
A mouldy
opinion,
mouse.
arsehole for continuing, not the arsehole, because it was meant as banter, they just took it too far. That's my opinion. Yours?
No, I don't think he's the arsehole.
No.
But you're right, probably just went that a little bit too far.
Just too far.
But if you're friends, you should kind of know how far to push your friends.
I mean,
but
if-
equally.
Oh, I don't know, because if people listen to us lot, oh my god.
Yeah, but if you knew you had pushed me too far,
Yeah.
one, I'm comfortable enough to say stop now. You've gone too far. But
Yeah.
equally, you're humble enough to go. Do you know what, I'm out of order. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I've taken it too
That
far.
wasn't
Yeah,
the intention.
I was just messing about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah.
So, because it is our first podcast, I spoke to Emily and I said I wanted to flip through different stories, like Am I the Arsehole, Bridezillas, Stalker, Creepy. These are the things I listen to personally, a variety of different podcasts, and because it's our first, that's what we've decided to do.
Absolutely.
So mine is, I mean, I haven't proofread this. Disclosure, I am dyslexic, so if I mess up and have to ask her to read a word, I do apologise, but it is what it is.
I'll read it wrong too.
Yeah, there you go. We both went to the same school. So so mine is, I believe it's from Scary Stories on Reddit, and it's working late at a farm was the biggest mistake.
I already don't like it.
Oh, I love it. I love these stories, especially when it's late at night and I'm cleaning and then I'm listening to them. You know, when you get the shiver. And then sometimes when I'm asleep, I think, I really shouldn't say this online, but I don't always lock my doors. So sometimes at night I'll wake up and I'll be like, shit. And I'll get up and I'll quickly, like when I've had a bad dream from all the crap I read. And then I'm like quickly locking all the doors. I mean, honestly, I'm too relaxed. in this area that I live in, it's just I feel safe, which is really stupid given that it is
Yeah.
the 21st century.
Not this day and age.
Nobody is safe. Right, anyway, sorry. Working late at a farm was the biggest mistake. Me and my cousin used to work for a family friend for his that owned a huge cow and horse farm. We were pretty young at the time and didn't really do serious work. Mostly just painted the barn and checking up on the horses and cows that had just given birth or something else. But it was worth the penny. One day, me and him were working late, so we were bringing the horses in for the night because it was cold as hell and we didn't have any covers for them. We were also checking up on Mama Cow that had just given birth to a baby, so they were in a special paddock. So basically there were 5 fields, 2 small, 3 huge. The smallest one was the one where the cow and the baby was in. So after a while, my cousin was bringing in the cow. I was on the other side of the field checking up on the cows, and eventually electricity just cut out. Mate, I nearly shat my, I'm going to say that says fucking, it's FKN. Fucking pants. And my cousin had a flashlight and my phone was dead. So I was in the dark, just scared out of my mind, out of my mind, sorry. Eventually, I just felt my way around and hid with the cows until someone would come and get me, since everybody I knew was in. And I waited and waited and nothing happened.
No one come.
Nobody cared. Nobody cared. They were like, stay in the house. There's a power cut. Fuck that bitch. Maybe 10 minutes went by and now I really started stressing. I would have been stressed after a minute, I'm not going to lie. Although, why wasn't his eyes adjusting? Being a maybe 14-year-old boy with my sister that loves horror movies. I knew that shit could go down any second and I just laid there for another 5 minutes. Still nothing. Now I really started panicking. I don't know what to do, just tried to sleep until someone got me.
Wait. Is he in the paddock or is he just in the field?
He's in the paddock with the cows trying to
So he's
sleep.
in the paddock.
He
had a picture of him in the field.
Do you know there are a lot of deaths by cows? Do you know cows kill a lot of people? Honestly.
Okay.
All of a sudden, I hear a lady's voice yelling my name. Alex! Alex!
So perverted.
Where are you? Finally, someone is here and also the light just randomly turned on. Best part is I recognised the voice. It was my mum. I was so relieved and just ran out of the paddock and looked around, but there was nobody there. Oh my God, my whole body there was nobody there. Yelling had stopped and the electricity cut off again. Sorry, the electricity cut off again. And at that point, I started to crying out of being scared and angry. I just sat there I just sent it through the field. I just sprinted through the field as fast as I could, screaming for anyone to get me. I saw a light from the generator turning on in the barn and just ran until I got there. I ran inside and yelled out for my cousin, but no one answered. Out of pure anger, I screamed, fuck! And ran into my boss's house and there was everyone. My boss, my cousin, my boss's wife, hell, even my dad was there stressing out because they couldn't find me. Everyone ran to get me as soon as soon as I came to the house. I was dirty, I was in tears, I had tears in my eyes and a knife in my hand. Where did he get a knife from? Unless it was in the bum. Where have you been? It's been an hour since your shift ended. Bruv. I told them what happened, and when I was about to tell them that Mum yelled my name, I remembered that my mum passed away.
How do you forget that?
1 to 2, you do forget. You do forget. Sometimes I forget that my mum's passed. My mum had passed about 1 to 2 years ago.
But if your
and
mum was calling your
not
name,
her, then I would probably go, yeah, and then be like, shit, she died a while ago. She will be
would it
proper
take
crispy.
you an hour?
Not an hour, but if you're in that heightened state of anxiety and you're really stressed out, would it take you an hour? If you were in the field with cows.
If I was in a paddock with cows in the dark with no phone and my mum had passed and was calling me,
See,
I would be like, what the fuck?
But
And through fear, I probably wouldn't have moved. I'd probably just stayed laying there.
no, so I would probably have been relieved, because I would have been like, oh my God, my mum's come from heaven to guide me.
I'm dead. The cow killed me.
No, I mean, cows kill it like that. It's a true fact. Cows kill a lot of people. But I would probably be like, but then I always say, so when my mum died, both my boys both said that they saw my mum, which I told you before.
Yeah, I saw my granddad.
There you go. And they said that they see her in the lounge and she was sitting there. And I always said to them, no matter what, don't answer, even if you think it's grandma, because the devil's a liar. So even though sometimes spirits appear to you as good things, you should never communicate, because then you're welcoming them in.
Listen,
I watch a lot of horrors.
I have just been watching Stranger Things. You know this.
Right. I love
know.
Stranger Things. But that's
know.
what I'm saying. So I always said to the boys, don't answer. Even it's comforting and it's really nice, but just don't answer, because you don't know if that really is grandma. So anyway,
sorry.
yeah, so that was a ghost story, because I love ghost stories. I absolutely love horrors, as you know. And literally the top comment is just slating them for their grammar and spelling. I mean, honestly, if that's the case, and
It can't be that bad. You got through it.
I mean, well, it's probably why I got through it. But hopefully no people will come for us with our reading, grammar and spelling, because, you know, it is what it is. But I think that that's irrelevant. And then somebody said,
it's a bit of a mad story.
It's a cool story. I believe stuff like this. I really do. Could it have been your imagination making her voice play out in your head? If not, that's heartbreaking and terrifying for such a youngster. Yeah. So, I mean, I loved the story.
If you're scared enough.
Yeah, I mean, I would have been absolutely terrified. What I am a little bit confused about, though...
Where'd that knife come from?
First of all, the knife, right? But actually, what I was going to say is, when it's dark, your eyes adjust. So I don't really... Although there is a fact that people with brown eyes see worse in the dark than people with blue eyes. Did you know that? And then vice versa. During the day, you see better.
We should test this theory out.
We should.
We both wear glasses, but never mind.
No, but it's not that. It's your my night, because apparently there's less melanin in my eyes, and yours there is more. So during the day you see better in sunlight, because your film behind is protected, and mine is less protected because they're blue. But we should place objects at night. I mean, obviously we'll record it for everyone. We'll place objects and see if we can see them. I mean, up here it's quite dark, so I say let's go to the field and do it.
I've got a nice big field.
Let's do it. I mean, that's just a little bit of fun we can have.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, so over to you.
Right, this one's a little bit long-winded.
Okay.
But
is it Am I the Arsehole?
it isn't Am I the Arsehole?
Love it.
Okay. So, am I the arsehole for telling my sister that she shouldn't overvalue herself and prepare for the worst?
Okay.
Okay. Now, I have read this one.
Okay, well, she sounds like an arsehole straight off, but anyway, let's see. I mean,
we'll see.
We need to know the context.
So, I, 21 female, have an older sister, Eve, 29 female, who had her first child, Laurie, 1 female. And while this should be a time of joy and excitement, there's actually a lot of tension and brewing resentment between her, our mum, and her husband, Jack, 29 male. Despite it being unplanned, Eve's pregnancy was wanted and Jack was an involved partner. He went to most of the appointments, took the birthing classes and supported Eve's decision to just have our mum in the room while he waited outside when she gave birth. The plan was for our mum to be by Eve's side in the room and to help stay for a week after Laurie was born. Everyone was cool with this, but unfortunately our aunt got into some drama with her husband in another state, and our mum rushed to be to her sister's side. Eve was already in 3rd trimester, so Jack didn't like the idea of our mum going and voiced it. Our mum tore Jack a new one, and Eve even got on his case about it, so he apologised. However, Eve ended up going into labour and Jack ultimately was the one in the room while our mum was away. Right? Okay.
I mean, he put the baby in her.
Yeah, see, that was my first issue with this story.
Okay,
anyway.
Cool, yeah.
When she called, our mum expressed being sad over not being there for the birth of her first grandchild, and she and Eve decided that no one else in the family would see Laurie until she got back. Without discussing it with Jack. He was understandably not happy, and his mum lived about 45 minutes away and was looking forward to meeting Laurie too, as she was also the first grandchild on their side.
Right.
Eve pulled the "I've just given birth" card and Jack reluctantly allowed it. On the day that our mum was supposed to come back, she missed her flight and couldn't get a new one until the following morning. Our mum could have just rented a car, but she didn't want to spend the money since the airline wouldn't refund the money. Jack was brought up allowing his mum to come again, but Eve refused, citing that he already agreed.
Saying basically. Brought up, I understand exactly what you're saying.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, this is sad, Jack's mum was in a car accident and passed before ever getting to meet Laurie.
Bruv.
Since Eve wouldn't allow even a video chat. Jack was distraught. He moved into the guest bedroom, went to the funeral alone and refused to engage with Eve at all. Jack's side of the family keeps calling and messaging Eve and to tell her what a selfish and awful person she is, and Jack refuses to defend her. Eventually, Eve got sick of it and packed up and left to our mum's house to teach Jack a lesson, but he hasn't texted or called. Our mum thinks that he just needs some space and that he'll call soon, but I just laughed at that. Didn't mean to though. My mum and Eve asked me why I laughed and I tried to brush it off or even leave, but they couldn't let me and pressed for answers. Eventually I told her that while the accident wasn't her fault, she did keep Laurie away from Jack's mum, meeting her for a week, and now she never will. There's no way Jack is going to ever love you enough to forgive you for that, and you should prepare for the worst. Eve started to bawl her eyes out while mum berated me, so I left. Am I the arsehole?
Yeah.
Edit.
Okay, love
Just
it,
to
edit.
clarify, because I keep seeing this with the accident first happened, because I keep seeing this, hold on. When the accident first happened, Eve had apologised 3 separate times. Jack had admitted to this. And Eve intended to go to the funeral with him, but he drove off without her. Jack doesn't interact with Laurie. It's Eve that he's icing out. And my niece is the only thing he's willing to talk to Eve about. Jack has been living in the guest room for 5 months before Eve left. She offered to go to couples counselling, but Jack has refused.
Okay, so first of all, I'm so sorry for his loss.
Awful.
Second of all, I don't really understand. So we both have 2 children, and I don't really understand where this sense of entitlement comes from, because that baby is her baby and his baby. And yes, women, we're the ones that go through labour and all that sort of thing.
Yeah.
But I have noticed, and there has been a few stories around labour, but there is a weird sense of I want to say entitlement. It's not even entitlement. It's you think you're so special and you're the first person in the world to have a baby and you ain't. Like, get over yourself, relax.
Yeah.
Yes, it's beautiful and a really special thing, but I would never have denied Paul's family, that's my husband, and I never would have denied my friends or my family. It's whoever can come and see.
Oh my God,
I made this from scratch. Like, come and see. Now, she stopped his mum, which is a grandma, a biological grandma, seeing the baby, and now she's dead. She robbed him, in my opinion, from moments that he would have had, and now he will never.
There's no memories.
There's nothing. He
There's
will never.
No photos.
Of them
nothing.
together. There's nothing, and I just don't know where that comes from. What makes her mum more special than his mum?
Who actually chose somebody else over her and actually could have got home.
Yeah, a day before. I mean, I don't have a problem that she went to her sister's aid.
No.
Because we don't know the circumstance. I don't actually have a problem, but I find it weird that nobody else, like it was, you know, I've just found this special rock and I can only tell a certain, it's weird, like this weird thing that actually is happening more and more. Like,
you just compared having a baby to a rock.
My point, like a special rock, a rock.
This is my
There's
special
a
rock.
but you know, like you found £1 million in a suit. It's weird behaviour.
Yes.
And I actually,
it comes down to entitlement. You are right.
Yeah, and I actually think it's happening more and more. I've heard stories about that, and my response was, "You ain't that special. Get over yourself."
Do you know
Millions
what? You're
of
not
people
guaranteed tomorrow.
You're really
So
not
what you
guaranteed.
do
I mean,
in
having
the present is
absolutely.
so important.
I mean, we both have boys, so we don't have any daughters. I would be devastated if my daughter-in-law, God willing, has children. I would be devastated if for some reason I wasn't just as special as my fellow grandmother.
Yeah.
In the fact to see my grandchild, because that baby is also part of me and my family just as much as it is part of her family. There is no, yes, she gave birth, I get it, like I've done it, moving on, do you know what I mean? But they are really important people, and there's nothing she can do. I can't tell you what it's like, right? But when you lose a parent unexpectedly, I have, there is nothing you can do to make any of what you've done better. There's nothing, because it's just torment all the time. But I mean, it's good that he's not, you know, he's not neglecting the baby and all that, but she's hurting deeply, and I don't know.
Massively.
I just don't know. What would you do?
Well, I
mean, obviously.
I think she is the arse. I don't think the sister's the arse for calling her
No.
out.
No, she is not the arsehole. She's saying, this is your problem, this is what you've done, and no matter what you do, you can't make that better.
No,
it's too late.
She can't change that. There's nothing that she can fix.
No.
Nothing will fix that.
No. And sometimes it's actually good to have people in your life that will tell you that you're the arsehole, in my opinion. Even I don't always want to hear it. I'm more than happy to call anybody out for it.
Do you think they'll be able to fix their relationship?
I don't. Do you?
I think if they could, it's going to take time.
Yeah. The thing is,
like grieving process, how long? There isn't a time for
that. There isn't a time to sell grieving in, what are we, 10 years?
There isn't a time for that.
Because sometimes it's the way it happens as well. Sometimes when it's I mean, Mum had 50-50 chance she had cancer, as you know. But for me, it wasn't a shock, but it also was a massive shock because it happens within the space of diagnose, really ill, deaths. Do you know what I mean? But his mum went in a car and she died.
And, didn't come back.
You know, and I think that's a good lesson for everybody.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, unless it's something that really can't be prepared or something that is really awful, and there are things, and I don't expect everybody to talk to everybody. Remember, tomorrow ain't promised.
That's absolutely.
You know what I mean?
You've really got to live like that.
You do have to live like that. You've got to make those
good choices, and if you don't make those good choices by yourself, but good choices by your loved ones.
Absolutely.
You know, put yourself in their position.
That's what I'm saying. You know, I just think, stop thinking you're more special because you had the baby. You know, don't get me wrong, your birth plan and everything is definitely yours. Like, that is your...
Yeah.
Not men shouldn't be telling women, don't have an epidural and all that. My mum had the baby natural. I mean, I've heard a few stories like that.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to having relatives and loved ones, all they want to do is bring love. So I don't really understand where that came from. And now there is no going back.
No, so let me just do the top one.
Yeah.
So it says, probably would get downvoted, but who cares? Not the arsehole.
No.
Your mum showed time and time again that her first grandchild isn't important to her. The fact that Jack's mum would never meet her granddaughter, so they're putting niece, it's granddaughter.
Yeah.
Is something that Jack will never get over, and he is right. His mum was denied access because the other grandmother would rather cater to her adult sister than meeting her granddaughter. That woman died with the wish to see her first grandchild.
It's well sad.
That's really sad. Jack and the rest of the family are never going to forgive your sister for this. Hopefully they won't take it onto the baby.
Take it out on the baby. It's really sad, actually. It is really sad. And there's nothing anyone can do to make it better. And that makes it worse.
Like,
somehow.
it's a massive mistake.
It's a massive mistake.
And
I think,
I bet the regret is.
I mean, I hope going forward they can repair it, because it's always nice, you know, when mum and dad are there together. But sometimes it is better to separate, especially if there's resentment. And later down the line, you're going to take that out on her, because that ain't no good for kids either.
No.
So, personally, I don't know. It's just too soon to even ask him to forgive. It's too much.
But equally, I think if they're going to, I mean, not that I am a relationship therapist.
No.
But if they're going to, I think they actually have to listen to each other and not have that third party in there who feels that they have an important role in that.
Nobody needs to be involved
because
now. I mean, the sister, not this
shouldn't
one.
have been dictating
not
who
this,
didn't see the baby first.
No, not this lady that wrote in, but the sister, the mum of the baby, has to take full accountability. There is no ifs, buts, or maybe. Oh, but I had the baby. Like, there is none of that. I mean, it really winds me up. All you can do is take full accountability to even think about moving forward.
Because he won't forgive her if she doesn't.
It's not something, I mean, when you had the boys, you weren't like that. I mean, it was exciting to see everybody.
Have him!
Yeah, but...
Let me make the tea. Hold my baby.
But
that came out with me.
Yeah. I grew it from scratch.
I like that.
I feel like I was like that with mine, was I? I feel like I was. Maybe
I think you're more precious than I was.
yeah, probably. I mean,
you were the first to have one out of all
yeah, I mean, having children changed me for who I was through and through. Massively changed me. And we'll probably go into that on later episodes and whatever about, like, what becoming a mum means. And, you know, so my children are 17 and 15 and yours are younger at...
Yeah, mine's... Eldest about to turn 12 and my youngest is 9.
Yeah, so we're both in completely different stages, and we have a group of friends, a fantastic group of friends, and we have been best friends since school, all of us. We're very lucky, and we all still get together all the time now. And I was the first in the group to become a mum, and it has changed all of us massively in different ways. But I never denied anybody, not my husband's parents, nobody. I mean, I remember coming home from hospital. I ended up needing a C-section, as you know, and I came home and we went straight to Paul's mum and dad's to see them, like to show me. And she picked him up and then she went out the house, and I remember getting all this anxiety because I was like, where's she taking my baby? But really, she's lived there her whole life, so she had gone to show all the neighbours him. But what was 10 minutes felt like 3 hours. But I still would never deny her, because she has as much right as my mum did, as my husband did, I did, because I've just expanded the family, right?
Absolutely.
So anyway, sorry babe, on a tangent. Yeah, my turn?
Go for it.
Okay, so I love a good bridezilla. So
Did we have any?
I mean, I've got one here.
No, did we have any?
Did we have any? Was I a bridezilla? We were discussing this, weren't we?
We had one.
I don't think
God,
any
we're a
of us
boring
were.
lot.
We are a boring, because the thing is, as well, nobody was a bridezilla actually.
No,
It wasn't her.
I got married abroad, and the bridesmaids that came, I was on their case, making sure they didn't burn. Don't put your cream on.
Think of me.
Cover your shoulders. Put your cream on.
I don't think I was a bridezilla. I mean, one of my bridesmaids, we don't talk anymore. I'll save that for another thing. But I do remember, because all my bridesmaids, so my sister was one, Jenna was another one. Jenna's part of our group and my best mate since we were 6. They were my bridesmaids. So, do you mind if we take a short break?
Yeah.
Because I need to pee. We will be back shortly.
I feel like you didn't need to say that, because I'm just going to edit.
Anyway, so she didn't stay the night.
Oh, okay.
And it really pissed me off, and I don't know why.
Because everyone else did.
Well, I think because I was like, it's about me. It's all about me. So,
Are you sure you weren't a bridezilla?
yeah, I might have been on that day, on my wedding day.
Yeah.
So when we went to the cafe in the morning, I was on her case, and she did say to me, you're on my case. And then I think I reevaluated and thought maybe I'm being a bit of a bitch. But it is stressful getting married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my only stress was, please don't get sunburnt, because all the girls had like a...
boob tube dresses. Anyway, I've got to stop saying people's names.
No straps!
No straps! No straps! Get out of the sun! They were like, we paid to be here, jog on.
Oh shit, she's going to kill me.
Were any of the bridesmaids annoying? I mean, they're all still our friends.
No, they're all still friends, aren't we?
Yeah.
We're
Funny, innit? Anyway,
go.
Right. The bride left him at the altar.
Oh, I like it.
So I didn't pre-read, but that title was enough to engage me. Right.
Go.
I might try and highlight it as I read. I'm wondering if that would be easier. 10 years ago, I played for a large wedding at a nearby Catholic church. I'm assuming she's some sort of musician. That was without a organist at the time. That was without an organist, so she's an organist.
Okay.
Yeah? We know what that is.
Yeah, it's like the big
keyboard. Yeah. Oh, that.
Mm.
The day of the wedding came, a beautiful sunny spring day. The wedding started out like any other wedding does.
Nice.
Seating of the family, procession of the bride party, followed by the entrance of the bride. The priest delivered the harmonial and moving rite of vows. I'm saying that wrong, but moving on. The groom recanted his vows first, followed by the bride. Somewhere in the middle of the vows, the bride did not repeat what the priest had just said. It happened more times than one, as you might imagine. Usually nerves and sometimes the overall emotion of the moment. The priest repeated the phrase the second time and the bride didn't respond. The third time he repeated it was because was obvious that something was wrong. The bride looked the groom straight in the eyes and said, "I can't do this." She took off down the aisle. I'm gutted I weren't there. Gutted. She took off
Bet she
down.
had trainers on. She didn't put her
Literally,
shoes on.
the runaway bride. She took off down the aisle with her parents following close behind.
Because they knew.
They were ready. They were like, "Let's go!"
I've got you a passport.
Literally. And her fiance right behind her. No, bruv, you got to let go after that. It's time to move on.
Yeah, there's a party to go to.
Literally. I mean, literally, that's what you can do at that point, innit?
Oh.
You could hear a pin drop in the church. As an organist, I asked myself, should I play something? Absolutely not. Yes! No, I'm like, no. Yes. Or the running song. What did she do? Right, hold on, sorry. Play something to fill the silence. The priest told the priest told everyone to please be patient for a few moments. He would go and check on the bride, and that sometimes nerves can kick in and do a number on a person. I mean, after that, I wouldn't even be able to go back in. I mean, if
my mind.
If it was my husband that ran off, I'd be that.
Got ya.
I'm young, free and single.
Justin.
I would be so mad. Would you be so mad?
Honestly,
I would be so mad. Right. About 10 minutes later, the priest returns and says, "I'm sorry to inform you that there won't be a wedding today. The couple have asked to share. If you brought any gifts, please pick them up from the school gym, bruv, where the reception was being held." No, you've got to go and pick up your presents.
Well, at least they were giving them back and not like.
I mean, I would be mad. I'd be like, "Can I not keep the presents?"
Yeah, that's what it's saying.
Yeah. But no, you can't. You've got no. Meaning
as a bride.
as the bride.
I went through all this effort.
Yeah, I mean, look at me. You know what I mean? And they ask that you please enjoy the food that has been prepared and the DJ waiting for you, so that it does not go to waste. Unfortunately, the couple will not be making an appearance at the reception.
Oh.
And they thank you for being here. Have you ever seen the story? I'm going off on a tangent, I know, I still haven't finished. Have you ever seen the story? I've seen it on Facebook, like a woman telling her own story, and he didn't turn up. And her bridesmaids came out and announced that he isn't coming, the wedding isn't going ahead.
And they carried on with the party.
And I have never looked at someone and have thought, "Wow, man, you're going to be just fine in life because you are so strong." She ended up getting married again. Not again, sorry. She ended up getting married.
She picked someone there and then.
She's really, you're doing, but she's really happy.
Short straws.
So I feel like I probably would have gone on. Not the younger me, but the me now, 100%.
I think if I was in that girl's position where you were getting married in the same place as the venue you had applied, crack on with the
let's
party.
have a great time.
It's paid for. Let's do it.
Yeah. Anyway, right. People just sat there trying to process what had just happened. I, on the other hand, turned the organ off, closed the lid, and walked out the door, all while thinking how lucky I was to have been paid in advance. And the payment had already cleared the bank. Priorities. I'm still not sure what happened, but someone told me that the bride was known to get around during her high school days and had repeatedly reconnected with ex-boyfriends and people that had seen them out together a week or two after the wedding that had never made it past the vows, and being overly friendly with each other, bruv. So what do you think?
Listen, the organ player, she was
fantastic.
Right.
I think he had a lucky escape.
I think she should have played a song.
So do I. I mean, that would have been just fantastic.
I don't think I would have waited until my wedding day and
Me
not
neither.
turned up.
All that money.
to come, I'd have to be a bit more like, what's going on? Because A, B, and C are saying that you're seeing D and F. Like,
Yeah.
I feel like I would
But
have.
you know, some people stick their heads in the sand.
Oh.
Top comment: I may or may have not snagged a plate of shrimps. on my way to the store. Oh mate.
Oh, these people and their priorities.
Literally came here for this. Like, surely my dude took a plate. My dude. Right, I would have taken the food and wine and cake.
Wow.
You definitely should have played something. I really think appropriate would have been Ready to Run, the theme song of the movie Runaway Brides. I mean, honestly.
Yes.
So what's your opinion? Do you even have